So once again, starting again, guys, right from the beginning. Tonight is the Salt Arts 100 production. We didn't realize that we would be doing it in lockdown, but we are. This is part of the home series that we started on the 20th of March with artists from different parts of the world. Um, and tonight we have Meera Hashmi joining us from Lahore live, and she will be talking about some of her memories, and she will be giving us some context on the letters of her grandmother, Alice Fairs, that she will be reading later on at 10 p.m. On Facebook. So welcome to our streams, Meera, and would you like to say hello? Tell us about yourself a little bit.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड हेलो एवरीवन जिसने ज्वाइन किया है, आप लोगों का बहुत शुक्रिया आने का। अगर कहीं पे जाहिर है कोई आवाज में तस्वीर में कोई गड़बड़ होती है तो bear with us and suffer with us as we all must. So अगर मैं वैसे अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा बता दूं, somebody's pointed out you were in that drama. Yes, I was, but many years ago, मतलब a lifetime ago, let's say. लेकिन उसके अलावा I've been teaching for 20 years now. It's my 21st year of teaching. Mainly I've been teaching film studies and other media subjects. I wrote a book and I astounded myself because I'm such a lazy person, but I managed to finish it. And it was published last year by HarperCollins, and it's a book on ijazat. So that's me. This is my drawing room. जिस तरह की स्पेस को मेरी दादी गोल कमरा कहा करती थी, और पहले ये बिल्कुल no man's land हुआ करता था, कुछ यहाँ पे नहीं होता था. We never knew what to do with this room. And then finally, about a year or so ago, my husband and I decided we needed to grow up and get a sitting room, for ourselves. We set it up. So that's what you see behind me now. Now it looks much more civilized. काफी मुहज्जब सी जगह बन गई है. बहुत सारी यहाँ पर family photographs हैं मेरे पीछे, और on the mantelpiece as well. And that's really kind of, I think, gives you a hint into what's really important in our lives, and that's our loved ones, whether they are family or friends who are like family. So I love surrounding myself with photographs. That's mainly what you see here. जो artwork है, ये मेरी अम्मी ने घर में खाली दीवारें देख के जो उनके पास artwork जमीन पे पड़ा हुआ था, उन्होंने कहा ये लो, मैं इधर चिपकाऊं.
We have your mother to thank today. Your mother to thank for a lot of things, but we have her to thank for the technology today. So
I bought a computer to do this. But on a note on that, by the way, एक तो वैसे ही I think everybody knows by now who's here that I'm technically very challenged, और ऊपर से उनका वो Mac है, मुझे वो बिल्कुल ही चलाना नहीं आता है. तो आगे जाके कुछ mistakes हुई तो please forgive me.
Acha, Meera, so we have a lot of different audiences here today. And I mean, obviously we are assuming a lot of things here and we already know about, but I think for some of the younger audiences who are joining us, maybe we should give them some context. So let's start with where you are. What is this home, where you are, and maybe you can tell people a little bit about a little quick trip into history, like give us some context into the letters that you will be reading tonight on Facebook.
Somebody just asked, please tell us about Faiz Sahab's nikah at Kashmir. Well, that's about it. Yes, उनका निकाह जो है वो श्रीनगर में हुआ था. जहाँ पर हुआ था वो एक कॉलेज की लाइब्रेरी है. And wow, yeah, about 34 years ago now, 1986, I went with my grandmother and her sister to Kashmir, to Srinagar, and we went to the place where they got married. और निकाह उनका शेख अब्दुल्ला जो है, the great political figure of Kashmir, उन्होंने पढ़ाया था. So, but moving on from that as well. अच्छा, आपको ये काफी आवाजें सुनाई देंगी क्योंकि इस वक्त घर की सफाइयां चल रही होती हैं और मेरे nieces और nephews खूब हल्ला गुल्ला कर रहे होंगे. So if I tell you a little bit about the letters that I'm going to be reading excerpts from. आपने नाम तो बताया, so it was this book. This was published in 1985, Dear Heart to Fairs in Prison. और ये मेरे नाना जो है उनका इंतकाल हुआ था 1984 में, सो उसके एक साल बाद ये ख़त शाया हुए थे और मैंने उस वक्त ही ये किताब पढ़ी थी. I was a kid. I was about 10 or 11 years old. But I read this book with great relish because I think, जब आप अपने नाना से या अपनी नानी से जो आपका इंटरेक्शन या आपकी क्वेश्चन होती है, that's something different. There's so much about them you don't know about their lives that you never get to know. But I'm very, very fortunate that I did get to know it. मेरी नानी ये जो एक वक्त था इसके बारे में बात नहीं करती थी ज़्यादा बिल्कुल भी नहीं. मेरे साथ तो मेरे ख्याल में कभी उन्होंने इस वक्त के बारे में कोई बात नहीं की. ये जो 4 साल का वक्त था जब नाना जेल में थे. I was thinking the other day जब you'd asked me to do this कि you have a woman who is a foreigner. ठीक है, वो अंग्रेज थी, वो आई, उन्होंने अपना घर बार मुल्क सब कुछ छोड़ा, ज़बान भी एक हद तक मतलब यहाँ पे आके उन्होंने उर्दू भी सीखी, एक और कल्चर को अपनाया. And people really are very impressed with that. They celebrate that. But I think what we often fail to acknowledge, उसको एक ennoblement तो उसमें बड़ी होती है कि हाँ बड़ा मुश्किल होगा, लेकिन what that means in real terms, perhaps we don't think about it or explore it very critically. But this book helps you to do that. And I think इस तरह का जो एक मुश्किल वक्त है कि your husband is a political prisoner, he's in jail, you have 2 little girls to look after. उसमें there's an additional factor then that आप you're not from this place, even though she had been there for about a decade by then. It was a very difficult time, and perhaps that's why she didn't talk about it, that British stiff upper lip and all of that. So I think originally जब ये किताब publish हुई है, that's one part of it that I really, really appreciated. That I got to know her in a way that I otherwise would never have known her. What she felt, what she was going through, what she thought, all of the little events and very, very big events that they had to go through. जब नाना जिस वक्त जेल थे उसी टाइम के अंदर his brother passed away, and obviously my grandmother's parents were getting old. Her father was very, very ill. He was hospitalized. उसका एक छोटा सा excerpt, I'll read that as well. So as I said, I think in my introduction जो मैंने आपको लिख के भेजा था, that the book is I think interesting and valuable from so many different perspectives. It's a very personal point of view, but at the same time आपको उस वक्त की वो दुनिया देखने को और महसूस करने को मिलती है. And honestly, a couple of the letters, rereading them now, what strikes you most is that 70 years on, some things still haven't changed.
Yeah.
And that makes you kind of laugh, but that also makes you very sad at the same time. That's how I feel. Somebody's asked where we can get this book. ये वाली जो ये original edition थी, इसीलिए इसमें आपको बहुत सारे ये रंग बिरंगे कागज और पर्चियां जो हैं चिपकी मिलेंगी, because we go back to it a lot. लेकिन इसकी एक नई edition भी आई है, so that should be available in the shops, whatever functioning.
Yeah,
so
Dear Heart
that
is available quite easily, I would think. Meera, I just want to take a short. I wanted to say something. There's a lot of excitement on the stream because Misha Shafi is in the house and people are really excited. So, Misha, welcome to our streams, and lots of questions as well coming in. But we'll get to that. I wanted to just
how hardcore Marxist Fairs was, and did he discuss Marxism with you guys? Well, I was very small. I would be surprised if he did. I don't remember. I don't think so. We had other things to talk about. लेकिन without saying too much about that, I think वो influence फिर भी आ गया है कुछ कुछ. So interview में.
You know what? Just would like to share. You know, my team, all of us, we were having a conversation the other day, and we were talking about how, of course, you know, the poetry of Faiz Ahmed Faiz and just that whole thought process and all of that has inspired so much. I mean, it's such a huge space. It's inspired music and conversation and revolution and so many things. And you know, my personal memory as a kid on Fairs Day in school, the first time I ever found out about it, you know, I was a very little kid and I didn't know about poetry as much. And I had a teacher who asked me to go and learn Paba Jaulan Chalo. And said that now you have to sing this at Fairs Day. So I said, okay. So you know that was the first time as a kid, and then you know that just opens doors to your own personal research or things that you fall in love with, and you know the whole idea we talked about this earlier of doing this conversation today is for our audiences, for a lot of younger audience as well, who are not aware of this content, you know, who may get inspired by it. And I think personally for me, what the letters do is really give you an insight and context into the situation. It's also it's kind of like period based literature almost in itself, because you can tell how people were living, you can tell how everything was, you know, so different. But again, a lot of things haven't changed, like you said. I have made some notes here because there were so many things I wanted to ask you. But somebody had sent us some questions earlier. They said, where did you find the letters? Who found the letters? Where did you find them? How were they discovered?
The letters were saved.
Okay.
You know, again, that, you know, sort of romanticism जो एक है, that we associate, or at least, you know, people of it, until a certain generation, अब तो खत लिखता ही नहीं है शायद कोई, मतलब emails अब क्या हम सेव करके करेंगे और कब छापेंगे और क्यों छापेंगे. But they saved the letters. नाना के जो लिखे हुए खत थे जो मामा को लिखे थे, वो भी शाया हुए थे back in the 70s, but in translation. वो originally तो इंग्लिश में लिखे थे, वो उनकी उर्दू ट्रांसलेशन 70s में शाया हुई थी. नाना के जो ओरिजिनल लेटर्स हैं, they were damaged. उनमें जो वो दीमक लग गई थी, but a lot of them were saved. So वो भी दोबारा से इंग्लिश में कुछ साल पहले पब्लिश हुए हैं in a book called True Love. And that's a really beautiful book as well. So, or you know, again, I think this is, I don't know if it's a family thing or a cultural thing. I've kept all the letters that, you know, I wrote to my, well, then not husband, and that he wrote to me when I was studying. I kept all the letters that, oh no, my phone is acting weird. It's telling me that the battery is emptying for some reason, but I will put it right on the charger and I'll come back.